Memphis Mayor Paul Young is proposing a 28% property tax hike. He says the city needs tens of millions of dollars to pay first responders, fix the streets, and help our schools.
Yeah, but the city's also giving away $30 million in tax breaks every year to some of the biggest companies in Memphis, and that's just the start. Fox 13's Kate Beery investigates the who's and the whys.
In Shelby County alone, there are 9 boards with the power to grant pilots. Pilot stands for payment in lieu of tax. Basically, a company gets to pay a fraction of the property tax they would typically owe. The incentive is a major tool used to lure businesses, help them expand, or keep them here when they're considering moving. The goal is to attract or keep jobs in our area.
So it is not a guarantee that that investment would happen without the incentive. And so what we're doing is providing an incentive for them to invest more.
The Edge Board helps recruit and retain businesses across Memphis and Shelby County. Pilots are its primary tool, but it's one of 9 boards with that power. There are 5 industrial boards for the suburbs: Arlington, Bartlett, Collierville, Germantown, and Millington. And there's the Center City Revenue Finance Corporation focused solely on the city's core. Then there are 2 boards which can grant pilots to help build affordable housing: the Health, Educational, and Housing Facility Board of Memphis and its counterpart in Shelby County. All of those board members are appointed by local elected officials, the Shelby County Commission, City Council, as well as boards of mayor and aldermen.
The public is, I believe, unaware or ignorant of all the power these local boards have of appointed people that nobody knows who they are.
Taxpayer advocate Joe Kent attends as many board meetings as he can, but he says it's challenging when boards don't post videos of their meeting or keep detailed minutes.
Again, it's 9 different boards. I've been advocating for a centralized data dashboard on economic development.
It's difficult to find out which companies are getting tax breaks and how much. Companies are supposed to report pilots to the Tennessee Comptroller's Office, which publishes this list. The Comptroller's report for 2023 shows 528 parcels getting property tax breaks in Memphis and Shelby County. Compare that to Davidson County, home of Nashville, with just 40 entries. It has 3 boards. Knox County has 50 entries and 5 boards. But the comptroller's data is incomplete because it's self-reported by companies. And there's no penalty for companies who do not comply. How are we supposed to trust this data when we are relying on the companies to self-report the tax breaks?
Well, what I will say is that we work with the law as it is written.
There are often discrepancies in the report from the comptroller, which is based on business reports, and the report from the Shelby County trustee, which is based on tax billing. How do we prove we're getting a return on our investment when we know the data is incomplete?
Well, I think first off, it's incumbent upon the IDB. I think it's incumbent upon the local government to be watching what is happening in their individual community.
In our community, we're giving up about $41 million per year in county taxes and another $30 million in city taxes. The suburbs are giving up millions more. We asked the vice president of Edge about the pilots that board has issued. Edge accounts for more than half the property tax breaks in Shelby County.
So when you look at that list on our public database, which is transparent, we're one of the most transparent economic development agencies in the nation, you can look there, you see multiple leases, but they are tied to, there's more than one lease tied to one pilot.
The other 8 boards post much less information online and are even more difficult to track. For several years, the Shelby County Trustee's Office has called for a centralized database of tax breaks. Writing in the 2023 report, the database would, quote, enable boards to manage, monitor, and measure the effectiveness of their efforts to positively impact Shelby County's economic conditions. How is a taxpayer supposed to possibly keep track of all the ways their taxpayer dollars are used?
Quite frankly, it's impossible right now.
It's difficult to find all the records, and again, oftentimes numbers don't match. We've posted the data we've collected on tax breaks in this story on FOX13Memphis.com so you can see it for yourself. But one big question remains. Is it all worth it? Are we getting a fair return on our investment of tens of millions of dollars in tax breaks? Tonight at 9:45, I'm investigating just that. Following your money, Kate Bury, Fox 13 News.